Hey everyone, I'm Chase of Rocky Mountain ATVMC, and this is our 2020 Knee Brace Buyer's Guide. All right, everyone, thanks for checking in with us today. As you can see, we are talking all about knee braces. Now, for me personally, I think knee braces are probably one of the harder things to decide on when it comes to motorcycle gear because they're a big investment when it comes to rider safety. Also, there's just a lot of really good options that we offer. So here's some advice that I can give. As I go through and I talk about these knee braces today, if you have questions or comments, leave those below. I've written in a lot of the braces on the table, so I'll give my personal feedback. But also, if you're looking for more info, you can read rider reviews and also ask questions on the product page. If you ask your questions there, you will get answers from customers who have bought and are using these knee braces. A great place to get information. Now, as far as knee braces go, I know a lot of riders are on the fence of whether or not to pull the trigger and invest in a pair. For me personally, money well spent. I'm going to tell you right now, most riders that I talk to that have a bad knee injury that didn't wear knee braces before, they finally go out and they invest and they get a set of knee braces. But you have to remember that knee braces are built to help prevent knee injuries. So if you wait till after you've had one, kind of too late at that point. Also, if you compare the cost of medical bills at the hospital compared to actually buying a set of knee braces, pennies to the dollar if you ask me. So in my opinion, well worth the investment. Here's some other things that I love about knee braces. Not only do they help prevent knee injuries, but also when I'm riding the bike and I'm squeezing with my knees, I try and squeeze as hard as I can. I like the fact that a knee brace just gives me good protection so I'm not chafing the heck out of my knees when I'm squeezing the bike. Also, as you're going to see, all these also offer really good impact protection. And because you do have the cuff design on these, you're essentially connecting the lower part of the leg, or excuse me, the upper part of the leg to the lower part of the leg. So it also does help with rotational injuries as well. So we're going to cover all of that. So let's get started with knee brace number one. All right, so to get this party started, the first knee brace that I have up here, this is the X-Frame from Leatt. Now, this isn't the premium offering from Leatt. They do have their C-Frame knee brace, but in my opinion, I like this one a little bit more than the C-Frame. This came out after the C-Frame did, but here's the features that I like about the X-Frame. First of all, price point. You're $450, so it is the least expensive knee brace that is in our lineup, but it's still very high quality. You get a carbon composite frame, so it's very strong, it's lightweight, it's nice and rigid. If you look at the hinge design here, it's asymmetrical. Because if you've ever looked at the knee is definitely not going to be the exact same on both sides. So it's an asymmetrical hinge design to help mimic and just stay with the shape of the knee. Now here's one thing I do want to point out. With any knee brace, this is critical. Make sure, look at the sizing guide. Not all knee braces have you measure your leg the same way. So look at how each brand will have you measure your leg. Take those measurements. That way you get the correct fitment with the brace. But remember, every knee brace is an apparel item. So if you get it, if you're not happy with the size of the fit, send it back in brand new unused condition and we'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. But what's cool, as you can see, with the knee cup design, you have great coverage, CE certified for impacts. You have a metal gear on the hinge design, so it's going to offer great durability. The straps on these, they work well. I've worn these knee braces, very comfortable fitment. And last but not least, what's nice is that these are certified as a medical device. Now, I get a lot of questions as far as knee braces go and when it comes to insurance and your doctor. Here's the best advice I can give. If a knee brace is medically certified like the X-Frame, go talk to your doctor, get in contact with your insurance, and see if it is possible that they will help you cover some of the cost of your knee braces. That's some of the best advice that I can give. But other than that, again, rock solid knee brace, low price point if that's what you're looking for, and then you get the X-Frame from Leatt. All right, knee brace number two. This is the X8 from Mobius. I spent a lot of time in the X8, have a lot of experience with it, and there's some features about this knee brace that I really like. So first and foremost, the fitment on this, it's very comfortable. What I really appreciate about the X8 is how slim it feels and how slim it actually is. For riders that have larger legs, maybe larger calves like I do, I appreciate how slim it is at the bottom. That way it just makes getting boots on a little bit easier. But overall, just very comfortable knee brace. You're going to have adjustable extension stops right here in that knee cup design. You're also going to have those with the X-Frame from Leatt that we just showed you. But here's kind of the big standout feature about the X8. When you look at the back here, they have what they call their tendon back plate. So when you put the knee brace on, you have this dial here in the front. You're going to turn that dial to cinch that tendon back plate up to the back of the knee. And what it's designed to do is just offer some support for the tendons on the back of the knee. So it's pretty unique. No other knee brace has that. And it really is a great feature, and something I do enjoy about that as well, going along with the straps. It helps keep the knee brace in place so it doesn't migrate once you have it on. Now, everything I love about the X8, there is one nitpick that I have. This doesn't happen all the time, but it would. Is you'll notice that with that kneecap design, what would happen is my leg would be bent as I'm riding, and then when I go to straighten my leg out, sometimes the pant material would actually get stuck in there and pinched, preventing me from getting my leg completely straight. It didn't happen all the time, but it would happen every once in a while. Not a huge deal, but just something to be mindful of. But other than that, rock solid knee brace. Again, this is the X8 from Mobius. All right, knee brace number 3, I've got the K8 2.0. You also see I've got the K4 2.0 up on the table. Just know that these knee braces are essentially the exact same. The two main differences between the two, K8's gonna be a carbon fiber chassis, price point, you're about $800. The K4, you're gonna have a composite chassis, but you're saving some money, you're a little over $500. And the other major difference is with the sizing on these. So with the K4 2.0, you notice the one I have here on the table, this one here is a medium large. But with the K8 2.0, this is just a medium. So just know that with the K8, you're gonna get a little bit better of a more customized fit, but again, you are gonna pay that higher price point. But the K8 2.0, this is the knee brace that I've been using now for a little over a year. I gotta tell you, I've been really happy with it. I really don't have many complaints. The only nitpick that I have with the K8, and this is just me being very picky, is when you look at the lower cuff, it's going to be a little bit thicker than the Mobius that I just showed you. So like I was saying earlier, for riders that have thicker legs, it is going to be a little bit thicker, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just something that I noticed. But overall, very comfortable knee brace. The padding on these is awesome. Like I said, I've put a lot of hours in mine. They've been very durable. I haven't had anything wear out on these. But here's what makes the K8 so unique. Couple things. If you look at the knee cup design, it's overlapping so you have full coverage, but what they call this a multi-sport knee brace. Because if you're in a sport where you maybe don't need that impact protection over the kneecap, you can actually take these out and wear the knee brace just by itself. So that's pretty unique. Now the other big feature that's unique to Pod is in their hinge design. And you have this with the K8 as well as the K4. So rather than having a mechanical hinge, when you look at the side here, you can even see it as I bend the knee brace. They have what they call their human motion hinge. So rather than having it be mechanical, there's actually this fiber in here that mimics the natural motion of the rider's knee. And I think that's the goal with any knee brace. You want the knee brace to stay with the rider's leg and give a customized fit throughout the entire motion. And that's what their human motion hinge design is doing. Now what's cool too is that this is a wear item, that synthetic ligament is, but you can replace it right from your own home. We sell them on our website separately. So you just pick one of those up, replace it from your own home. Your knee brace again is ready to rock and roll. So overall, like I said, with the Pod, been very good knee brace for me, very comfortable, great durability. And then again, you just choose between whether you want the K8 2.0 or the K4 2.0. All right, fourth knee brace. This is the Ultracell 2.0 coming from Asterisk. Now, one thing for me that really stands out about the Ultracell 2.0 is I think that this knee brace gives you the most customized fit of all the knee braces that we've shown you today, and I'll explain why here in just a moment. The price point on the Ultracell 2.0, you're just over the $200 or $700 mark. There's a lot going on here. So if we look at the chassis, it's a carbon fiber epoxy matrix, so it's going to be a very rigid chassis. But here's what I love so much about this knee brace. First off, is their adaptive cuff system. So you have these large cuffs at the top as well as the bottom, and when you first put this knee brace on, they're going to have instructions in the box, but you're going to have this little screwdriver that will come included. You can actually use this, and you can see right where that inserts here on the outside of the cuff. As you tighten that down, it will actually wrap this cuff, the upper and the lower, around your leg, give a good customized fit, and then it stays in that position so you don't have to try and make it fit every time. So the only knee brace that's allowing you to do that. The other thing I love so much about this is just when you look at the hinge design. So what they call it is their asymmetrical glide hinge design, and it's just meant to, again, mimic the natural rolling movement of the rider's knee. And here's what I think is pretty cool about this. This is the only knee brace that is actually designed to give a little bit of side-to-side motion. So you can see how it's moving back and forth right there at that hinge. Well, if you ever look at the human leg, if you go from the thigh all the way down to the tibia and fibia bone, it is not just perfectly straight up and down. So by having that side-to-side motion, that allows us to fit the perfect shape of the rider's leg. At least that's what they're going for with that design. The last feature that I do like about this, that you're not going to see on any other knee brace, is their tether design. So it's an anti-rotation tether. And guys, look, if you buy these knee braces, take advantage of this. I see a lot of riders that will buy the Asterisk but don't install this tether. If you got it, use it. So what you do is you put the knee brace on. Now it does take a little bit of work because you have this rivet that you're going to attach to your boot. But once you have that attached or you have that installed on your boot, this is just going to buckle right to the knee brace. And what this is doing, it's connecting the knee brace to the rider's boot. There's a lot of knee injuries that can still occur just from the twisting motion. And so by having that tether, the idea behind that is if maybe you're riding, you have your leg out, get caught in a rut, it twists the rider's boot and the knee. Well, by having those connected, the knee brace will move with the rider's leg and help prevent some of those twisting injuries. So there's a lot of cool features, a lot of cool technology built in. My only nitpick with the Ultracell 2.0, this is the bulkiest or the thickest knee brace of all the ones that we have shown you today. So just keep that in mind. But you also can check out just the Cell knee brace from Asterisk. Same great design as far as the hinge design, the chassis. The difference is going to be in the cuffs. The cuffs on that knee brace are going to be a little bit thinner, but in my opinion, it's not going to have as good as that adjustable system for those cuffs. But overall, rock solid knee brace. Again, this is the Ultracell 2.0 from Asterisk. All right, so fifth up in the lineup, we have the Carbon Cell knee brace coming from Asterisk. Now, the Carbon Cell was a brand new knee brace for late 2019, and in my opinion, this was the answer from Asterisk to the public for a much more low-profile, lightweight, minimalistic knee brace. I actually had the chance to ride in this right when it came out. I think they did a really good job. I've been very happy with this knee brace. So looking at it, the goal of this brace is to have it be shorter. So comparing it to the Ultracell 2.0 we just showed you, it is quite a bit shorter. So for riders like me that have shorter legs, that's one benefit that I really liked about this brace. Also the weight. You actually drop about 13 ounces of weight going to the Carbon Cell. And you're going to notice too on the back of it, a little bit more of a traditional style knee brace. So you just got 4 straps on the back. They have padding. They're very comfortable. And you're also going to notice too, as far as low profile goes, when you look at this, you can see this and the Alpinestars that we're about to show you are going to be the most low profile options of all the braces that we're showing you today. So if that's what you're after, this is going to be a great one for you. Now, let me point out some of the big differences to help you decide between this and the Ultracell 2.0 if you're looking for an Asterisk knee brace. Price point on these, you're going to be a little bit more. You're going to be right around $800. You've got a full carbon fiber chassis. That's what makes it so lightweight. If you look at the kneecap design, so you still have full coverage, but it is a different design than with the Asterisk. Now, I do want to point out that if I had to give the nod to either brace as far as impact protection goes, I'm going to go with the Ultracell 2.0 because that design to me, it's overlapping in the plastic. You can feel it. It's going to be a little bit harder, so I think it will be a little bit better as far as impact protection goes. Also, with the hinge design, you'll notice here that you have more of a traditional style brace as far as the hinge goes. It's still their Symmetry Glide hinge, so it mimics the natural motion of the rider's knee. But what you notice is that it's not that floating hinge design that we saw with the Ultracell 2.0. So when I try and move this back and forth or side to side, I'm not able to do that. So it's more rigid around that hinge area. So you kind of have to ask yourself, do you want the floating hinge? Or do you like the idea of it being a little bit more rigid? This one is also adjustable as far as the extension stops go from 0 up to 30 degrees. And another big difference you're going to notice is down here at the bottom, you don't have that rotational tether. So what's nice though is that even though it doesn't come installed, you can get it after and you can install it yourself. It's just going to take a little bit more work. So just keep in mind this does not come with that rotational tether. And then you'll notice too on the cuffs, being that carbon fiber chassis, they're not going to have that adjustability like the Ultracell 2.0, which really allows you to refine or customize that fit. So those are some of the big differences. However, if you're after an Asterisk knee brace, you want something that's low profile, minimalistic, very lightweight, this is the one I would tell you to get. All right, so last but not least, we have the new Bionic 10 knee brace from Alpinestars. This was a new knee brace in 2019. I actually got to ride in these when they first came out. I'm pretty impressed with what Alpinestars was able to do. Now, as far as the Bionic 10 goes, your carbon fiber chassis, price point on these, you're about $800. But if you look at the Bionic 7, same knee brace design, you're just going to have a composite chassis. Those are going to be $500. So you can save quite a bit of money if you do decide to go with the Bionic 7. But here's what impressed me so much about the Bionic 10. Compare this to the Fluid Tech Carbon, the previous high-end knee brace from Alpinestars. I think they made this a whole lot better. It's got a more rigid chassis than the previous model. And here's what I noticed so much about this. You've got a dual pivoting hinge design, which I think works great, follows the motion of the knee nicely. You've got the double wall kneecap construction, so offers full coverage in any position of the knee. But look how low profile and thin this thing is. It's very lightweight. And of all the knee braces that we have shown you today, this one to me just feels the most low profile when I'm wearing it. It's very comfortable, it's minimalistic, it's also the shortest knee brace of any that we've shown you today. So maybe for shorter riders that have shorter legs, this would be a great option. But overall, I just think they nailed it. It's very comfortable. There's 4 different sizes to help give the best fit possible. And again, if you're just looking for what I would consider the most low profile knee brace that is out there, I would go with the Bionic 10 or the Bionic 7 from Alpinestars. All right, everyone, so thanks for watching our 2020 Knee Brace Buyer's Guide. Now remember, if you have questions or comments, you can write those below, but also read rider reviews, ask questions on the product page. To pick up your next set, you can just click on the link or head over to RockyMountain8tvMC.com. Orders are over $75 ship free. And if you watch this video, if you like this Buyer's Guide, give it a thumbs up. Get subscribed to our YouTube channel. We have Buyer's Guides for all the major categories, so check those out. We also have great product spotlights on all the braces that you've seen up here today. So if you want to learn more about these in depth, give those a watch. I am Chase. We'll see you on the trails.